Mr. Muhammad is going to say something to us before we get started. So he wants to talk to y'all about his DJ experience and his entertainment empire that he runs. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Khaaliq from Khaaliq Entertainment.
My name is Khaaliq Muhammad, aka DJ Khaaliq. Brian, you wanted me to talk to him about diversity, diversifying, and all that. So I guess I'll start by saying I started out as DJing, but DJ Khaaliq is my brand as far as DJing, but I also throw parties. So I promote parties and all that, and that brand is Khaaliq Entertainment. And then I have a brand with the media stuff, that's Khaaliq Media. So it's all really under the same umbrella. It's really the same thing, and it only grew out of the same place. But I started out, unlike you guys are fortunate to be in this class. I taught myself to DJ. So I was about you guys' age when I started DJing. And I would simply would just do little stuff around the house, just running looking at rappers and stuff like that, run the MC, because I never wanted to be a party DJ ever. I wanted to be a show DJ. We had a little group. It was 3 of us all together. So I was the DJ. We had 2 MCs. So we would do shows and block parties, little stuff like that. So when it came to buying equipment and stuff like that, we needed the money. And I'm saying when I say equipment, I mean drum machines, keyboards and stuff like that. So we would throw a party to get the money for that. So that's where the promotion came in. But at that time, we just threw parties just to fund, the rap group part of the thing. So we would do that. And I would start getting calls to DJ weddings and basement parties and stuff like that. And before you know it, it became a service. But I really didn't want it to be a service. I was still focused on just being a show DJ. Well, that wasn't taking off as fast as the DJing part of it. So as entrepreneurs, what you guys are gonna be, how many of you guys really want to do this full time as a DJ? So roughly 1/3 of the room. So as a full-time DJ, it's a hustle to it, but everything you do is a hustle. Going to work is a hustle. You have to get up in the morning at a certain time. You have to get yourself out of the house. So if you're going to do a DJ full time, I kind of had the clients first because, like I said, we was focusing on doing shows. We would do all the college parties, and we was just rapping, and then we was trying to get the rap thing off the ground. So when the DJing started taking off, I had to develop my own contracts. I had to develop my own, system of doing things. And at that time, we had records. We didn't have the MP3s and things like that. So I would have to buy my own records. So I was honing a craft with really no training. So it's fortunate you guys get to see structured people that's already up and running, and structured people that already know what they're doing. But just like these guys, they fumbled through it like we all did, right? You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, we knew what we was doing, but we had to fumble through it. So you guys are fortunate to be in a class where they're teaching you how to do it. And as far as the skill side of DJing itself, the only formal training I had, I played a lot of hip hop. I really wasn't a house music DJ like Chicagoland was doing. I liked hip hop, so I had a buddy, he played house. And we started out, it was a team of us. There's a guy named Gary Cooper. There's a guy named Rory Johnson. It was myself. So I would play the hip hop, Gary would play the house, and Rory would play the R&B, soul, music type stuff. So as we honed our skills, Gary, playing house music, he knew how to blend. I'm cutting and scratching. I ain't blending none of that. So he taught me how to blend. He taught me, the pitch bends are shorter on the tempos and longer on certain tempos and all that. So that's really the only formal training I had. Everything else I did watching TV, and we didn't have YouTube and all that type of stuff back then. So we would watch TV, and I would say, oh, well, that's how Jam Master Jay do it. You know what I'm saying? Or this is how Jazzy Jeff would do it. So that's how we honed our skills. It wasn't being developed like it is now it is. So like I said, coming off through the 90s, I kind of started getting out of the beat thing, trying to do the beats and be a rap artist. So I started producing tracks for other artists. And you know what I'm saying? We was out in the suburbs, we was in Aurora. And I had the only studio out there that was strictly dedicated to hip hop. We had a house music studios out there. The white guys had the rock bands, and then we had a couple older cats that soul R&B studios, but nothing straight for hip hop. So we was buying all the samplers and all that, and like I said, funding that through the parties. And as time went on, I kind of got more into the DJing side than into the rap show DJ side because it was paying bills. And you know what I'm saying? And as it flowed, I had already been throwing the parties, so I got more into throwing the parties overall and just controlling the whole environment of throwing the parties. Because a lot of times as a DJ, and these guys will tell you, these promoters don't like paying you. So promoters can make $3, $4, $5, $6,000 sometimes and look at you and try to give you $50, $70, $60, $70. So I didn't like that whole process. So I said, well, I can throw the party. You know what I'm saying? So I knew how to get flyers. I knew how to talk to club promoters to get the venues and things like that. So I would start doing that myself. And that extended that arm, the entertainment promotion side of it. So going into roughly like 96, 97, that's when we was like real deal throwing parties. And still, at this point, we weren't even in, I had all the drum machines, I had the whole studio built. At this time, we was just putting it in our pocket. So as a crew of DJs, and then two of the guys we was rapping with us, we would just throw these parties to fund our situation. We could pull down $3,000 or $4,000 in the 90s. So it's a very, very lucrative business if you control it. If you don't control it, if you just a DJ, then you might want to look into getting a manager to get you your proper money. You might want to look into getting somebody to help you, you know what I'm saying, with your contracts and stuff like that. But that's my story as far as that. Then coming into like 2000, 2001, I'm putting out like CDs and my mixtapes and stuff like that. And I'm doing the whole thing. I'm doing the prints. I'm printing the CDs. I'm doing the cover art, you know what I'm saying, everything through the whole situation, purchasing everything, taking it to the stores myself and all that. So that's how the media first started, you know what I'm saying? And then coming to the YouTube era, and I just started, I would text a picture of me and Fabulous or some celebrity I was with one night, and I would get 20, 30 likes on the picture, 100 likes on the picture, but then I would post a video out, and it'll get 1,000 views, you know what I'm saying? So I started seeing, okay, it's something here. So I spent 2 or 3 years buying my own cameras, buying all the lighting and stuff you see around here right now, and just trying to hone that. So now I'm in the process of developing the third wing of my business, and it's up and running. I just finished doing a wedding video on that. I do the editing side, so it's a full service on that side. So overall, one thing grew into the next thing, but it's all about, you know, taking care of yourself, being a good entrepreneur, honing your skill, and being the best at whatever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And so if you're looking to do this full time, you really have to be really, really, really disciplined, because you have to get out the bed to do the work for yourself, because there's nobody to get you out of the bed to do the work. You have to set times for yourself, because you're not working a job where they tell you to be there at 8 o'clock and you have to be there. You have to tell yourself, I got to get up by 9 to do this. And that's what it takes for any entrepreneur doing any business. You have to be very, very disciplined. Then you have to make the right contacts. You have to contact with people that are like-minded, which is why I deal with these dudes a lot. I can find dudes that could do other things like this, but with me, it's real important that I deal with people that I can trust, that we like-minded, we can sit down and have a conversation. I don't have to worry about them stealing from me and stuff like that. So it takes time to develop that, because the music industry is a snake's industry. That's all. Like, everybody in the industry is trying to get something out of you, trying to rob you, trying to lowball you on this. So that's where I personally took control of my situation, and I wanted to be in full control of that. So that's what it is with me. If y'all have any questions, I'll answer them.
Somebody got a question.
And it's like I said, it was like 6 of you guys want to do it full time. Now really is the time. Now is your time to do it, because like I said, I started when I was your age. It's people around you now. You got school parties, basement parties, stuff like that. Don't be scared to do that. Don't be scared to just take what you know and go do it. You may be looking on YouTube and stuff, TV, and you see guys, this 5,000 people in the crowd, and they look like they've been doing it for years. They have been doing it for years, but you are better now than the people around you at what you do, and you don't even know it. So never never underestimate your ability to do it, because the party is there. You got the music, they need a DJ, hey, go ahead and do it because anybody can do it. It's just a matter of having the confidence, and the only way to get is like on the job training. The only way to get better at something is to constantly do it. So never be scared to just jump out of there. And you know, this is a business. You don't need a license. You ain't got to be certified. It's nothing. You just can start. All you need is a few dollars to put on some equipment, and if you ain't got that, you go rent the equipment. You make the people that's hiring you pay for the equipment, and then you make them pay you for your service.
I have a question. How do you structure your contracts? Or how do you go about how you structure them?
Well, do you mean how do they look, or how did I go about doing it?
How do you go about doing it? Like, do you tailor it for the event, for the person, or
Well,
do you have like a set contract that you use all the time?
Okay, mine is just generally a set contract I use all the time, but it's a Word document. So if I have to make certain adjustments to it, but generally 99.9% of all the joints I do, it has the same contract, and all it generally states is it's I, the producer, or the, you know what I'm saying, and then it's me, the DJ, agree to make a service. I got a date, venue, time, a deposit. You know what I'm saying? I tell and to remember this, guys, when somebody's hiring you, always take a deposit, because if somebody hires you for September 12th, okay, and you tell everybody else, I got this gig September 12th, and you rejecting all the other gigs, and then this person cancels on you, you could have 5 or 6 more gigs, but this person locked your time in. So what it costs to lock that time in is your deposit. You say, I need, if the gig's a $500 gig, you tell them I need $250 right now. That's how we secure that date. So after you pay the $250, so I put it's structured like that in the contract. They pay a $250 at that. That's what the deposit was. This is what owes. At the bottom they sign it, and that $250 guarantees that no matter what happens on that day, you will get at least $250, even if you don't have the gig. So you never like left empty without nothing.
So it's non-refundable.
Non-refundable. But that's standard. That's if you hire Jay-Z, that's how it would be. You see what I'm saying? If you go to a banquet hall for a wedding, that would be the same way. So that's standard. So never be scared to say, ask people, hey, yeah, you need to pay me before this. And it's simply just to lock that date up. So then at the bottom of the contract, I sign, they sign. It's general. I tell everybody it's straight to the point. I have up in the top corner, I have my logo. I have it's like my email, all my information. Then I ask for their information at the bottom. We sign, and that's it.
So it's legally binding.
It's legally binding.
You guys remember that because of the skill sets that you have learned in this class, your time is now worth money.
Yes.
Well, during the gig, do you ask them before the party what music would they like to
Yeah,
hear?
that's a good point. Generally speaking, because nationality, most of the time if somebody black hire you, you generally know what they want. But say like it's a wedding. So when I do a wedding, you know, they always got the special song they want to first dance to. They got the song that they want the bridal party to come out to. So I tell everybody 2 weeks before that, no less than 2 weeks before the date of the wedding, get those songs in. So they always got, you've been to a wedding, so you see that list of songs so when the bride and the groom come out, when you introduce the wedding party come out, when all that, so you got about, and it's generally usually be about 7-8 songs.
Right.
So ahead of time, I tell people, you give me those special songs you need, but as far as the regular reception and all that, I pretty much got it. I ask them what they want cursing or clean version, stuff like that. But generally speaking, when somebody come to hire you, they got an idea already of what you do. Like I hardly ever get a call for a polka party. You know what I'm saying? Like people know I play hip hop, R&B, house, reggae, you know what I'm saying, disco. I play old stuff, I play new stuff. So they generally know that. So you don't hire a plumber to do electrical work, kind of. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Does that answer your question?
Right.
So you can ask them, but now trust yourself as a professional, because you don't want nobody to turn you into a jukebox. You don't want anybody to say, I want you to play this at this time, that at that time. You don't really, people that need that, they need an iPod. You know what I'm saying? And let them just play their music. But they got to trust you to do the job that they hired you for. You know what I mean? Does it make sense?
Yeah. So, and also too, let me add on to that. Like always take control no matter what the event is. If it's a birthday party or a regular party or promotion, especially if it's a wedding.
Yeah,
take control and you dictate, because if somebody has to tell you what to do, and the more they want to tell you, the less they want to pay you.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
when you go in and take control, like he just said, you go in, you're doing a wedding. You go in and you say, hey, all right, okay, so look, let's make a list. I need your first dance song. I need your bridal party song. I need this. They're going to look at you and they're going to say, wow, he knows what he's doing.
Exactly,
And they're going to
exactly.
be happy about paying you. But if they have to call you and remind you and, hey, you never got my first dance song, the more they have to tell you, the less they want to pay you.
Yeah, exactly.
Always take control of the situation. Swizzle. You didn't have a question? You raised your hand.
I think she was leaning.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
And to piggyback off that, like I said, never underestimate your skills. If I hire a guy to come tow my car, I get out of the way and let him tow it because that's what I hired him for.
Yeah.
So that's what he's telling you. Like if somebody hires you to do, the high school prom or whatever like this, they hired you to do that job. So you tell them any cricks and cracks, any middle stuff like that I can take care of, I'll take care of. But for the most part, I know what I'm doing. That's what they hired you for. So,
Be confident.
any other questions? Anything about technique, scratching? Because and there's different levels of DJs too. You guys got to remember. You got some DJs that only do clubs. I'm what they call a full service DJ. So I might do clubs, I do mobile gigs, I do corporate gigs. I can play a picnic in a park, you know what I'm saying? So some DJs won't do that. Some DJs only want to be in the club. And I mean, that's cool. And you can't knock it. It's different levels, just like it's different levels of anything. So always keep that in mind. You can find something that fits what you're doing.
Right. You have to decide if you want to be a specialty DJ or if you want to be all purpose.
Yeah.
But that's your decision to make. And then going back to what he already told you, be confident. So do what you know that you can do and be confident in doing it.
Yeah. Any more questions? Don't be scared. You can't be a scared DJ.
Absolutely. Nothing? All right. What do you got happening?